Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a highly requested video. It is, as you can tell from the title, it is my how I edit my videos video. And I've got so many requests to do this type of video, but it's taking so long because it's just so intricate. And for that very reason, I'm going to let you know that this video is not in depth, like down to the nitty gritty. This is the basic bare bones video, just showing you my basic workflow and how I get from point A to point B. While I was making this video, I did have the idea like, okay, so since this is just a basic video, maybe I should start a series showing, you know, more in-depth, more in detail type videos for, you know, certain things that I do with my editing. So if something that you want to know how to do hasn't been shown in this video, but that you've seen me do on my videos, just let me know and I will definitely try to include that in those in-depth videos. Editing is something that has to be personal to you and your style, so you do have to kind of develop your own editing style, which is why I didn't go too in depth about what I do and how I do it, because you do have to develop your own style, and that comes with just practicing and just learning new techniques. And one way that I learn new techniques is to Google. YouTube has been #1 with helping me learn how to edit, so don't forget to utilize YouTube and trying to learn how to edit. Some of my favorite people that I have learned a lot from when it comes to editing and photos and things like that, #1, y'all have heard me say many and plenty of times, is Shameless Maya. She has a Tech Tuesday series that she has over on her channel, and I've learned a lot of different things, a lot of different tricks on editing and even filming and pictures and stuff. Next up is Peter McKinnon. I've talked about him too. He is amazing with his pictures and just a lot of different things. Also Mango Street. Mango Street is more so for, I think, pictures, but they do have some video type things in there too. I just love them. Like, those are my 3 favorite tech channels to watch: Shameless Maya, Peter McKinnon, and Mango Street. And I will leave all of them linked down below so you can go check them out for yourself. Don't forget to utilize YouTube and these tech channels when it comes to editing. Now, as far as what I use to edit, I edit either on my MacBook Pro or my iMac. And the editing software that I use is Final Cut Pro. Now, Final Cut Pro can be a bit daunting and like overwhelming when you first start. I can admit that, but the key is just practicing and trying to utilize the things that you've learned from Google or from other YouTubers. So yeah, don't get overwhelmed by it. Even iMovie, like, I think my very first video I made in iMovie before I had Final Cut Pro, I made in iMovie. There are many videos showing you the basics, and like I said, you have to just develop your own style when it comes to it and just play around in it. That's what I do with Final Cut Pro, with Photoshop, Lightroom, anything that I have. I will just sit down and play around in it and learn different things that I can do.
So the first thing I'm going to do is open up Final Cut Pro. And for some reason, it will not allow me to import my footage through the arrow. So I'm going to have to drag and drop them from my Finder folder. So yeah. But anyway, this is the first file that I dragged and dropped. And the first thing I like to do when I put in new footage is color correct. And there are LUTs you can use, like little plugins and stuff that you can use to do your color correcting for you, but I like to do it myself. So I go to show color board, and a lot of times I just fix the saturation to give things a little more color and make them more vibrant. So yeah, like, let me see. Yeah, you can kind of tell the difference in the light, in the colors. So yeah, the next thing that I like to do is turn down the volume, because for these type of videos there's usually music playing, and I have music here. I have music here, so I'm gonna just go ahead. Well, I'll wait first until I start chopping it down. So you can either use the range tool or you can use the blade. I go back and forth between the two, just depending on what I want to do. I use the blade when I want to be more precise, but I use the range selection when I want it to be more quicker, and I'm not too worried about it being extra precise. So I will go ahead and use the range for this one, just to chop off, let's see, yeah, that right there. And then I play it to see if it's looking how I want it to look. So yeah, I like that. So then I will use the blade to make a mark right there, and then just ease along to get it to where I want the next clip to start. And I will put it right there, and then I press P and get the select tool. That way I can select this one because I don't want that, and then I'll delete it. And I'll get the blade back by pressing B and keep going. And then I'll watch it from the beginning. Now, one thing you will know about editing is that you will have to watch your video over and over and over and over and over and over to make sure it's looking exactly how you want it to look. So I will play it to see if it's looking how I want it to look so far. And blade that. Now, one thing that I did forget to do that I usually do is I add LUTs. And what LUTs are is they give your video, you know, different type of looks. And of course mine comes from Pixel Film Studios, as does everything pretty much. So I'm going to drag and drop that right on there. Now usually I'll do it when the whole clip is still together and I haven't touched it, just to make it easier. But since I didn't do that, I'm gonna have to do it this way. So yeah, I dragged and dropped it, and then I'll click on the clip and then come over here, and it gives you options. And the LUT that I like to use is called Filmic. It gives it a more vintage documentary indie film type look, and I never have it at 100%. I always take it down, just depending on the lighting in the clips. So I'll take this down to about 25ish, and that should be good. So, and then I'll do it to the next one. Since I didn't do it, you know, when the clip was still full, I have to do it by hand, which is no problem since I'm not too far into the video. So at about 25, try to get it as close. I don't really like typing it because it just takes too long to me. So like, you don't really notice the little bit that is off. So, but yeah, Filmic, and I put it at about 25.88. just to keep it consistent. Okay, now I can do it on the rest of this full clip right here. That way I don't have to worry about doing it for each little section. Where is it? Okay, there you go. Take it to 25.88, and then I can get back to chopping it up. So yeah, I'm just watching it through to make sure it's, see how that is like bouncy. That's when I would zoom in and I would go in with the blade tool to get it more precise and smooth. Like, I'll start it about right there, and I'll take that out and zoom back out and play it to make sure it's not bouncy. So then I'm going to keep on going. Chop it to about, let's see, right there. Delete that, and as you guessed, watch it from the beginning. And then, like with the rest of this, I'll blade it right here because I don't want the rest of this clip. So I'll blade it right there and then delete the rest of that, and then bring in my other file that I want to use since it won't let me import it. Drag and drop take the sound down, color correct, go to show color board, and like I said, I mainly just mess with my saturations just because I like vibrant colors. And then I'll add my LUT. Come in, choose the one that I want. And like I said, I always try to do this at the beginning. That way I don't have to go in and do it for each little one. So now I'm going to use the blade tool again, and the shortcut for that is B. So I come in to where I want it to start, and I don't want it to start yet. See that I'm changing up some things, and I'll blade it about right here and delete the rest of that. So since I showed y'all like the basics of how I get my scenes, I'm gonna go ahead and finish it off, and then I'll come back when I start adding like different effects and stuff like that. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this is my little final rough cut. Now this ain't the whole video. If you've seen the video, you know there were more shots into it, but like I said, I just wanted to show y'all the basic workflow that I have. So yeah, now I'm gonna go through and watch it to make sure. Well, actually I'm gonna go ahead and add my music. Now usually I edit to music because I like for it to match up, like when the beats drop and different stuff like that, because it makes it look better. But this time I did not do that, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the music in. So I'm gonna watch it from the beginning just to make sure it looks how I want it to look before I start adding in like the transitions and text and different stuff like that. And I watch it to make sure to see if I want to change anything. Like this is taking entirely too long, so I am going to go in and blade this to make it go faster. Like I was moving super slow, so I'm going to go in and chop it up. Well, really I'm going to use the range tool because it'll help me get it quicker. Like y'all know how to unscrew milk, so y'all don't need me to show y'all how to do that. So yeah, I'm going to take it to about right there till I get ready to pour and delete that. See, range is much quicker when you're not trying to be precise. So yeah, see, pour, then range again, and then again, and then I'll watch it from the little clip before that to make sure it's looking how I want it to look. See how much faster that went? And I'm going to do it again right here. Just because I don't like my videos to be extra long, I try to cut them as much as I can without taking out, vital stuff. But I don't like all the extra long clips and pauses and things like that. So I try to edit that stuff out as much as I can. Like right here where it's switching, I'll add a transition. And I don't have any transitions that I've downloaded because Pixar Film Studios does have transitions that you can buy, but I pretty much just used the ones that came in Final Cut Pro. One day I'll invest. See how that changed like that? Now cross dissolve, fade to color, and where is it? Push, puzzle, slide. Those are my main ones that I use. So yeah, and I try to add a transition every time like it changes, like the clips change, or depending on how I just depending on how I want it to look, really. So I'm gonna keep watching it to make sure I don't want to cut anything else. See, like that took too long. I'm gonna cut that till about right there. Play it again. And like I said, this video editing is very repetitive. You are going to rewatch and rewatch and rewatch a lot. So get used to it. And see right there where it switched for me pushing the back in, the filter back in, I'm gonna add a transition because it just totally switched completely. So add a transition right there just to separate it. That's taking a long time. Cut some of that out. And I like to do different views just so I can get these different kind of looks, like a far out and then a close up, because it makes it look better, honestly. And there we go. That's the end of the video. But I'm gonna go in and add my transitions at the beginning. I always put cross dissolve at the beginning, and when I'm done I put the fade to color. When I'm done, like at the end of my video for my end credit, I use this, and I actually made this in Photoshop. So I'll take that and add that in, make it a little long, and then I'll use the fade to color transition and change the color to white. That way the fade will look a whole lot better. And then at the end of my end credit, I'll add the fade to color and just leave it black. Then I will go in and add in my little signature or whatever it's called, and I'll drag it down. Depending on what my video is, I'll use either the black or the white one. For this one, I'm going to use the white one just because it won't be completely blown out. So then I'll change the size of it and drag it right here, and then drag it all the way down to the end. I don't put it on the end screen. I put it right, come on now, put it right before the video is about to end. So about right there, and you can see it in the corner of my video. And another thing that I will do is go in and add my subscribe button, and that's by Pixel Film Studios, and I'll just add that about right here, and I will press select source image, and it's this. I always keep this there. Apply the clip, scale it to make the picture fit inside the circle, and change the colors to colors that I like. And I always use the same colors: white, pink, gray, white, pink, gray, white. You know, I try to keep it those colors because I like those colors. And then I will change the text, go up to editable, and change the actual font of the text. I'll change it to Luna is what I usually use, so I'll put that in and make the word a little smaller. Come back out, and there we go. And that's pretty much all that I do. And I do use these sounds, like the different sounds for like the bell transition for my subscribe buttons. Let me go ahead and put that in so y'all can hear it. And you have to try to line it up just so it looks and sounds better. So let's do it again. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much all I do. And like I said, like editing has to be your personal style. I just wanted to show y'all my basic workflow and things that I do. And there are like different videos require different types of editing. This is just the very basic, bare bones type that I wanted to show y'all, because you really have to develop your own editing style and make it personal to you and your personal style. So yeah, this is just the very basics, how I add things, how I do things. So yeah, and we can watch it all the way through for the last time, just to see all the little things that were added. And if you have any questions about anything that I do in my videos that I did not show in this very basic video, just let me know down below and I'll try to tell you. If I can explain it through a comment, I'll definitely let you know. But if there are, you know, a lot of more complicated things that you guys want to know, I will do my best to make another video for that specifically. But like I said, editing is basically, it has to be your own style. So and from Pixel Films, I have some text effects, you know, different things like that, intros and stuff. And I have the LUTs, and when it's me in the video and you can see me, like I will add the skin LUT, and it will make your skin more vibrant and more smooth. So yeah, this, let me show y'all, matter of fact. So this is where I get a lot of my effects and things for Final Cut Pro. They have all kind of stuff, and pretty much everything costs the same amount, $30, but to me it's so worth it because it just makes your video look a whole lot better. And there are some things that you can get for free, not on Pixel Film Studios, but if you Google like Final Cut Pro plugins or things like that, some free things will come up. But I just prefer to get it from a reputable site like Pixel Film Studios a lot of the time. So yeah. And then as far as music goes, I go to SoundCloud, and where I get the majority of my video is from this guy named Lakey Inspired. And actually, when you get music from YouTube, from SoundCloud that you want to use on your YouTube, you usually have to get, well, it's highly suggested that you get permission from the artist before you actually use it in your video, because they can flag your video if they haven't given you permission. But Lakey Inspired, he actually reached out to me in an email and said that, you know, I was free to use his music. So that's why I use a lot of his music, because it really sounds good. And you know, he reached out to me and gave me permission. But if you use anybody else, or if you use any music from SoundCloud, it is very, very, very frowned upon to just take their music and use it in your video. You really should get permission, because I mean, you wouldn't want somebody taking your YouTube video or something like that and just using it without your permission. So your best bet is to just send them a message and ask for permission. Like, I've done it for a few other artists and they've always given me permission. It's just a respect thing, especially among artists. Like, you just don't steal somebody's stuff, you get permission. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next video. And I hope it helps you. I hope it teaches you something. But like I said, fear not, I do plan on doing a series where I go more in depth depending on what you guys want to know. So yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.